Greetings, loved ones. It is such a pleasure to have this opportunity to speak directly to you this evening. We are honored by your presence and honored by your light. We see some of your lights diminish as the world appears to go dark. Rest assured, there is a bigger plan at play. This is a necessary and temporary change in order to help with the metamorphosis of the planet and all that surrounds it. This is a time of great strife. But remember that birthing comes with strife. You're going through a birthing into a new life. And that means that there is a struggle to hang on to the old. And yet, we're thrusting you into the new. Take heart, for this is meant to be. There is a tremendous opportunity for growth during this time. Seize this opportunity, for when you do, you can advance several lifetimes in this moment. Think of it like skipping a grade in school. For with these tough challenges on the earthly plane, you have the opportunity to soar into higher spiritual awareness and reaching your true divinity. We can help you with that. We can help to remind you who you are, who you've been, and who you will be. For you are an eternal soul, and we see your light as we have seen it for many lifetimes. And we are here to encourage you, to help you remember and to remind you that this is just one moment in an eon of lifetime. Yet this moment is a defining moment for you, light workers, and for all of the human race. For it is this light that you embody. It is this light that you imbue. That is what's going to carry you forward. Here is the challenge. The challenge is to not let the external world affect your internal world. Your internal light, that is what matters. The more you maintain the vibrancy of that internal light, there is a distraction. One moment, please. For once you have the vibrancy of that internal light, there is no external forces allowed to diminish it. And by you maintaining that light, you're able to raise the vibration of the earth itself. Just one of you can change the situation around you. It doesn't require masses and masses of lights like yourselves to make substantial change. We're here to tell you that one is enough. One of you, sending your heart out into the world, sending your love and your compassion and your dedication for this light out is enough to change it. Just one. Please do not ever think you are not enough, or you will not have a great impact because you are only one. Let us remind you, we are all one. For when you tap into that internal divinity, that internal light, that internal effortless, compassionate love, what you are doing is tapping into the source of all that is. And when just one of you touches that light, you bring that light here into this plane of existence, and the power of that goes around the world. With just one of you. Imagine the world when hundreds of thousands of you do this together. Miracles will happen overnight. The planet will be healed overnight. Disease will be eradicated overnight. Suffering and pain will be obliterated overnight. It is so important in this time to not be small, to not feel overwhelmed and insignificant. Rather, remember how beautifully powerful you are. You are a channel for Source. You are a channel for the light and the love that is in all of us. And by you sending out loving thoughts, that is enough to change the entire planet. Please do not forget that. Many of you are feeling small, lost, defeated, and hopeless. Remember, this is just one moment in time. You are so much bigger than this moment in time. You are so much more powerful than this moment in time. For you are the creator. You've got the creator spirit within you. You can create the world that you want to live in, but not by your fear, by your love, and by your dedication to the light and the love around you. Your compassionate action has exponential ramifications across the entire planet. Your compassion in action can be calling on us for prayer or healing, helping those in need around you, giving of your time to those in need, and most importantly, giving to yourself. When you honor the love for yourself, you honor the love of Source. For they are the same. This love has no boundaries, no limits, no judgment or fear. It is the most powerful force in the universe. Love. It is what's holding the planets together. It is what's causing your cells to generate. It is the force behind what you call gravity. It is the defining law of physics. For what you love, you create. We feel that some of you have questions. If you have questions, please, you are welcome to bring them forward. Even if you're not speaking it, we can feel the question. And one of the questions is about the nature of the fires within California that you have suffered. This is Mother Earth's necessary cleansing. The extent of it, however, is due to man's harshness onto the environment. We've had protectors there around the perimeters of all the fires to help protect those fighting the fires, as well as those who were affected by it. We tried to mitigate the destruction as much as we could from our end. And as you'll notice, there are very few deaths as a result of the wildfires, despite the vastness that they consumed. And also be assured that the wildlife was also spared. We were able to transport them into a safer place while Mother Nature cleansed her grounds. The smoke, on the other hand, is something different. The smoke that erupted as part of the fires was more than just things burning. The smoke had a purification component to it. The smoke allowed the whole area to be bathed in a clearing of sorts. It forced everyone into their homes to allow for this cleansing to take place. It was not meant to be breathed. It was only meant to be a clearing. And as you saw, as soon as the smoke came, it retreated quickly, for not much was needed. There was a purification that needed to take place, and the surrounding areas. And that purification helped to raise the vibration of all those inhabitants in the area. This will become important in the future months for things that are yet to come. Do you have other questions for us?
To know, how do we handle the days after the election with others whose politics differ from us?
Thank you for your question. The humankind, we are fascinated by this concept of politics. It is so trivial, and yet has such devastating impact into your day-to-day lives. We do not mean to make light of it. It is just so foreign to us that it's difficult for us to comprehend. But let us reassure you, no matter which way the elections go, light is on your side. We have seen the path. We have seen your past. I can reassure you that the light that you've been embodying despite the dark last half of the decade, that light will carry you forward. You are not here to convince others how to think, how to be, or how to feel. All you can do is be the shining example of what it means to walk in the divine. Those that do not agree with you, love them more. Those that argue with you, listen to them openly. Those that feel pain for not winning the election, shoulder their tears. For again, this is just a moment in time. This is also a reflection of who you are and who you want to be. So aspire to greatness, and then that greatness will be reflected throughout your society. We see a turning point. The work is still in your hands. It is still your responsibility, your world, your society. We cannot intervene. But we do see the pattern that has been of dark, of power, of predominant masculinity. And we know that now the shift to the feminine, to the love, to the creative, to the nurturing has already begun. Whom you call Trump does not fit with the new order of things. He is out of resonance with the feminine. And the feminine is back into power now. We hope this brings you some comfort, but still love without judgment and give compassion freely. We hope this answers your question. Yes, there are questions about children during this time. For those of you parents, those of you mothers that are worried about your children during this time, rest assured they were born into this period, into this time to help us and to help you. The children born now that are in their teens and down to 7 to 8 to 9 to 10 years of age, they are the light beings here to help with this transition of the earth. Their souls have signed up for this. They are a lot more wise than you give them credit for. See how they've adjusted, how quickly they were able to shelter in place, how quickly they were able to learn online. And of course, there are going to be ups and downs and bumps in the road. And they're not going to sit still and they're not going to listen, but look at them as a whole. Your children have adjusted far better than the adults. They're the example to follow. Ask them how they do it. Do not worry for them. Do not worry for their mental states. For them, this will be a memory that will fade over time. This will not have long-lasting negative impacts on the little ones. Only a moment of growth. What they have and you as adults lack is that sense of play, that imagination, that escape, that balance. That is what you need to integrate into your adulthood. That sense of play. That's how your children are able to adjust. For when they play, they're allowing their imagination, their freedom, and their love for life to come forward. Whether it's a puzzle, or playing in the yard, or just singing a silly song. This is how they cope. And that is how you cope. So embrace play and let go of your worry for your children, for they are doing far better than you adults are during this time. Now we leave you with one parting thought. We hope it brings you comfort. You are the light of the world. Let your light shine. And when it does, darkness can no longer hide. Behind that light is the full force and power of love. And love is the greatest force in the universe. You have that in abundance within you. There's nothing you need to do to get anything else. Everything you need is within. And all you need is love. It really is that simple. We shower you with our love and our appreciation for your soul's journey here. for the lessons that you take with you during these times. Carry far beyond time and space, beyond the here and now, and beyond the earth plane. What you are doing on the earth now has ripple effects across multiple dimensions, multiple planes of existence. We honor you so much for being here and for choosing to be here during this time. Remember, we are here to offer our love and support, and that you are never alone. We are your cheerleaders. We are your nurturers. We are your healers. And we are what you call angels. Blessed beings of love, we thank you for this opportunity.